The first chapter can be summarized into two main questions. The first question is, why do we want or why do we need renewable energy? The second question is, what are the options of renewable energy and how we should use it and produce it. The first reason for renewable energy is that the population we expect to grow in coming years due to the better infrastructures like hospitals and education that encourage more childbirth, and then the medical advancement that leads to longer life expectancy. The second reason is that our lifestyle will now, or in a way that our daily activities require more electricity to power. For example, we use more iPads at school, at work, at personal activities, more Wi-Fi hotspots. We use gym more, so there are more lighting, more heating, cooling systems that are being used that all require energies to power. At the moment in Australia, the main energy source to generate electricity is from coal. 73% of electricity generated is from coal. But we now know that the fossil fuel is take many years, millions of years to produce. However, whether we increase the consumption or decrease it, well, this is still an imbalanced equation, that the energy supply from fossil fuels never catch up with the energy demand. So that's why we need renewable energies, and Australia is starting to increase the renewable energy production, in particular wind and solar, but still the leading countries are in Europe and New Zealand, etc. The other important aspects of renewable energy is how well we convert the energy from different types of like mechanical energy to electrical energy, or other forms to electrical energy, so that it is done via a power electronics device. As you can see from this slide, in order to have good energy efficiency, not only we should be able to extract more power from the available energy sources, but also the conversion itself has to be done efficiently. The second main reason why we need to turn to renewable energy is the global warming. So global warming is the heating up of our atmosphere, the whole Earth, but due to the emissions, the gas particles and that stay in the atmosphere and which prohibit or reduce the amount of heat escaping from the atmosphere to space. So water vapor is one, but water vapor can quickly turn into rain, so the life cycle is very short. However, CO2, which is the carbon dioxide, the lifetime or the cycle takes much longer, so many heat being trapped, and that increases the temperature. And because of increase of temperature, the sky, the clouds can hold more water than before, such that on the one hand it reduces the frequency of rainfall. However, every time when rainfall or storm comes, it is more severe, it's more extreme, it's more powerful and destructive. And because of global warming, the ice is also melting. Blocks of ice, big sheets of ice being melted away because of the weather, and also because the ocean appears to be darker than the ice, which is reflective. The ocean absorbs more heat and then that will accelerate the melting process. Climate change also linked to deforestation, desertification, poor air quality, and etc. So we need to use energy, clean energy, and not only that, but also from the point where we extract the energy to the point that we're using it through that transmission line, and also conversion, the appliances, they all have to be efficient in order to improve the energy efficiency. So if everyone, both developed and developing countries, they chip in, they reduce the amount of CO2 emission, the total rate can be suppressed significantly. In the beginning, in 1997, Australia didn't sign off the Kyoto Protocol because coal is the main energy energy source that create electricity and other forms of energy. So that will have a great impact on economical effect. And but however, with the renewable energy target as well as other initiatives, Australia actually can meet the second phase of the Kyoto Protocol, and Australia is committed to further reduction in the coming years. During the lecture, we have discussed the pros and cons of increasing the usage of renewable energy sources, and many students have very good produced very good pointers, and such as the pros: more stable energy prices, is unlimited supply, and there are plenty of improvement in technology, so that there are actually a lot of advantages of using renewable energies. However, the cons are that renewable energies, for example wind and solar, they are of intermittent nature, so they are not always available, and even available, then they're not always constant. So we need other means, for example energy storage, to maintain the base load for our consumption. And also at the moment, many of the renewable energy system are still expensive, although prices going down, in particular for PV and wind. And also in order to integrating them into the grid, they need a lot of improvement, like control, power electronics, but they actually have a lot of research in this space, and we're able to incorporate them and coordinate all the resources very well. But of course, there's still room for improvement. Another disadvantage of using, for instance, wind is that onshore wind is usually very noisy, so it's difficult to install next to the neighbor where many people live around, and even in the farm they create a lot of low humming noise that will affect the environment, also as human activity, like we can't sleep well because of that. So there are a lot of different concerns when we consider uptaking renewable energy sources. So the technological issue, environmental issue, economic issue, and also political issue as well.